Welcome back to Emma Housing. Today, we're going to tackle that big dream of affordable homeownership by heading to a place you might not expect, Upstate New York. We're going to break down 5 totally unique properties, all under $100,000, that really prove that if you know how to look, there's some incredible value just waiting for you.
I mean, it's a question on everyone's mind right now, isn't it? The way housing prices have been going, the very idea of finding a home, let alone a home with some actual land, for under 6 figures, it just sounds like a fantasy. But what if it isn't? Let's actually dig in and see what these opportunities look like on the ground.
You know the story. We all do. This crazy, super competitive market that just leaves you feeling frustrated and completely priced out. It's the story we hear everywhere. But what if there's a different story unfolding in a part of the country that a lot of people just overlook?
So on one side, you've got the madness of bidding wars and no inventory. And on the other, you have a market that's playing a totally different game. Upstate New York is creating these really unique openings for all kinds of people. Whether you're a first-time buyer, a shark investor, or hey, maybe you just work from home and want some space to breathe.
Okay, let's see what this looks like in the real world. Our first case study takes us to Charlottesville, and this one is what we're calling the renovator's reward. It is the perfect spot for someone with a vision and who isn't afraid to get their hands dirty.
All right, get ready for this. $65,000. And no, that is not a typo. I mean, just seeing a number like that in today's market is enough to make you stop in your tracks, right? But just wait till you see what that actually gets you. So for that 65 grand, we're talking about a classic farmhouse. It's a good size too, 1,500 square feet with 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. You know, that's a real house with a solid layout and plenty of room to work with.
And here is a number that might be even more important than the asking price, the property taxes. Just over $1,200 for the entire year. Seriously, think about that. The long-term cost to just own this place is so incredibly low. That's a huge, huge deal for any buyer.
Now look, it's definitely a project. No one's denying that. But here's the kicker. The really expensive, painful stuff? It's already done. We're talking a new roof, new siding, and an updated electrical panel. So you can focus your budget and energy on the fun part, making the inside look amazing. Plus, it's right next to state land, which means you could totally tap into the short-term rental market for hikers and hunters. Now that's really the headline here. You hear Project Home and your mind immediately goes to Money Pit, right? But this isn't that. The bones are good, the expensive work is out of the way. You're basically buying a blank canvas that already has a brand new, very expensive frame around it.
All right, so that first one was for the DIY crowd, but maybe you're thinking, I care less about the house and more about the land. Well, our second case study is for you. We're calling this one the Acreage Advantage, and it's up in Stratford in Fulton County.
So this one's at the very top of our price range, $100,000, right on the nose. But what you get for that money is, well, it's kind of mind-blowing. And honestly, it's not really about the house at all.
Here is the main event, 6.1 acres of land. Just let that number sink in for a second. Over 6 acres. These days, people get excited about having a small patio. This is your own private park. The house itself is a modest little cottage, sure, but this place isn't just a house. It's a headquarters for adventure. It's got this huge outdoor pavilion with a retractable roof, a big workshop with its own wood stove, and get this, you can literally drive your snowmobile right off your property and onto the trails. This is a whole lifestyle.
Okay, so we've seen the hands-on project and the outdoor paradise. Now let's switch gears and put on our investor hat. Case study number 3, the investor's edge, takes us to Canton in St. Lawrence County. This one is all about the numbers and creating multiple streams of income.
The price tag here, $70,000. Now, for an investor, that's a number that immediately gets your attention. But the real magic is in how this whole deal is structured.
This is what makes it a game changer. You're not just buying one property. You're actually getting 2 separate parcels in one package. You get the main lot with the house, and you get a totally separate, vacant lot right across the street. Your brain should already be spinning with possibilities. I mean, just think about the flexibility. The main lot has the house, a garage, and a single-wide trailer. That's 3 potential sources of income right there. Then you have that whole other vacant lot. You could flip it for a quick profit, build something new, or just hold on to it as an asset. In a solid college town like Canton, this is an absolute dream setup for an investor.
Okay, for our last 2 case studies, we're looking at something a little different. These are all about character and location.
They might not be your typical spreadsheet investment, but they offer something that's honestly getting harder and harder to find.
First up, let's head to Eaton. We're calling this one the Waterfront Dream. And let me tell you, this place is a showstopper. If you love old homes with that irreplaceable historic charm, you are going to want to see this. For $83,000, you get this huge 2,400 square foot farmhouse with over 160 feet of your own private waterfront. But the feature that is just absolutely unbelievable? It comes with its own private covered bridge. I am not kidding. A covered bridge. Now, yes, the kitchen and bathrooms need a complete overhaul, but come on. A chance to own a piece of history like that is just wow.
All right, so from a historic project that needs work, let's jump to our final property, the Adirondack Base Camp. This one in Indian Lake is for the person who wants to just pack a bag, turn the key, and start having adventures on day one.
For just under $83,000, you get a home that's ready to go. And it has some huge practical pluses. It's hooked up to public water and sewer, which, if you know anything about rural areas, is a massive deal. No messing with wells or septic tanks. Even better, it's listed for less than its assessed value, which means you're walking in the door with built-in equity. It's the perfect, hassle-free getaway.
So let's zoom out and look at the whole picture. 5 completely different properties for 5 different kinds of people. You had the renovator's reward, the acreage advantage for the adventurer, the investor's edge, the waterfront dream for the history buff, and the ready-to-go Adirondack Base Camp. Each one is a different flavor, but they all prove the same thing. There are still affordable ways to get a piece of the American dream.
So what this all shows is that even when the mainstream market feels totally out of reach, these incredible pockets of opportunity are still out there. It's all about knowing where to look and, maybe more importantly, what kind of value you're looking for. So I gotta ask, which one would you pick? Are you rolling up your sleeves for the renovators project, grabbing the 6 acres of land, or maybe snagging that historic place with the covered bridge? Let us know down in the comments.